electronic stuff. Jesus. Oh, come on. Will it work this way? Yes. God's truth. God's truth. Modern technology. Aha. I despair, folks. Good morning, one person. I despair with modern technology. Happy Saturday morning. I despair. See if I can get you to see some of the workbench here a minute. So, excuse me if it goes all a bit wobbly at present. Webcam. Let's try and get this set up a minute. Wobbly cam, folks. Oh, 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 oh. It's one of those Saturdays. Hopefully this week we'll get some comments. And the comments keep disappearing. Last week the comments kept, oh, you can see my bench a bit now. The comments kept disappearing last week, which was a nuisance. Well, here we go, another Saturday. What a beautiful Saturday. Beautiful sunshine here. A light breeze, but nonetheless a beautiful Saturday. Hopefully, we are going to get on some of these, which I have to tell you are not good figures. They are not good figures. I'm really struggling with these. Good morning, Ralph. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Struggling with this morning. The 135 civilians. I mean, they're not good figures at all. I have put some together. I'll show you in a second the stage I'm at, because they are not good figures at all. I would not recommend this box of mini French civilians. I would not recommend it to anybody. We'll start with that guy, our priest. There he is. The hat is not a great fit. You probably can't see it on this picture, but the hat is not a great fit. So I'm going to have to do something with that. The legs are just, well, there's no real legs to this figure. There's just a flat piece in the bottom of the cassock. And you have foot and a little bit of ankle, which is stuck on. So I don't think they're very secure on that figure. So what I'm intending to do is get some Das clay or something like that and fill in the bottom a bit more so I can get more stability to these feet, because you just know, wargaming or using them on the tabletop, you just know at some point that would bust. I mean, he'll look quite nice when he's painted, I'm sure. It's just not a great figure. They're not great figures. But that's the priest. That guy, our French gendarme, was a horrendous figure to put together. Absolutely horrendous. To start with, he had a whacking great mold line right down the center of the face. And I did think I'm going to have to get a new head for this figure. It was that bad. But I've sort of managed to resurrect it. Um, but it's not great. The detail on it now is not great because I had to do so much scraping and trimming and stuff to get rid of all that mold stuff right down the face. The arms weren't a great fit on this figure, but luckily you could get away with that with the cape, so you could cover that with the cape. So that wasn't great. The left hand on this figure is not great. Um, the hood on the cape, excuse me, doesn't fit very well. I think you can see the gap there, working great gap in there, which is going to have to be addressed, and a small gap on the other side, which is going to have to be addressed. So this was an awful figure to put together. So that's two from that box that I've put together. I'm just picking these shot cups at random. I'm working on them. So that's two of the mini art figures. Sorry, as per usual on these videos and live casts, I'm losing my voice again. It's a damn nuisance. I have a throat problem. My muscles in my throat don't work properly for some reason. So it can make eating quite interesting because you get bits of food lodged in your throat because they're not going down properly. And I have been known to have esophageal spasms as well, which if you ever get the misfortune to suffer an esophageal spasm, you will know immediately what it's like suffering a heart attack. Absolutely, the pain is indescribable because the whole thing freezes right up. Pain is indescribable. So, combination of that is why my voice goes all the time. Anyhow, getting away from that, my master box of Civilians, Western Region, World War II era. We started that figure. Now that figure, looking at that figure, he's supposed to be a Jew or something, I would assume. Although I don't particularly want him as a Jew, I just want him as a civilian. Not that I've anything against Jews, you understand. But anyhow, we started putting that figure together. We're partway through putting that figure together. Now the jacket on this fellow, the lower half of the jacket, probably can't see it on this because this is, let's try to get some lighting on this subject. The jacket, the bottom of the jacket on this is in 3 pieces. So you put 2 pieces on in the correct position. Here's my pointer. That piece there. And the, where's that gone? It's gone down in my slipper. And the back piece, you fit correctly. Then you get the 3rd piece, which is on the right hand side. That refuses to fit correctly, and you have to do a lot of sanding to get it to fit the right position, which I've more or less done. There still needs to be a little bit of sanding and trimming done on it to get it right. But that's the jacket done, and you can see that's in the right. I hope you can see that's in the right position. Now that's done now. So now you go to fit the legs on this figure. And that's as far as they go. Look at the gap. If you push those legs up right in that, you're going to bust these pieces of jacket off. So this now has to be all trimmed and cut to get those legs to fit on that figure. a horrible, horrible figure to work on. Horrible. I expect better from Masterbox. That's probably um, one of the worst figures I've ever worked on. That and the gendarme. Um, I expect better from Master. Come on, Masterbox. This is not your usual standard. That's an absolutely dreadful figure, so I'm going to have to trim that in a minute. Try and get that to fit. So that's that figure. I've actually started on what I've actually done is that figure. You can see that figure. Yeah, you see that figure. Quite a nice figure. Quite a nice figure. I have to say, detailing really nice. Nice detailing on the face, as you'd expect from Masterbox. But the sling doesn't quite match up with the straps on the figure, which is supposed to be the rest of the sling that goes round his back of his head. Doesn't quite marry up. So that's going to have to be addressed, because at the moment that looks ridiculous. It's out by what would I say that's out by? Probably about 2 mil, something like that. So that's ridiculous. So that's going to have to be addressed. It's not going swingingly well, actually, all these figures, but it's actually not my fault. It's just, I don't know, just some bad boxes of figures, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully there will be better figures in what I've still got left to do. Hopefully we'll get some better figures out of this. It's more work. It makes more work than it needs to. It needs, and if you've got kids buying these figures, it's not good. It's not good. And it's and when you get gaps as big as that, that's not a good advert for your product. That's not a good advert for your product. For what you're selling people. So I'm going to have to address that in a minute. I'm going to have to get the scraper out and sort that out. That's a nuisance. That's a damn nuisance. And also, there'll be filling to be done as well on these figures to get them up to snuff. Here's one that I'm currently working on. I'll move that box. Go back to this box. You can see that, yeah, and that's that gentleman there. So now working on him. Thank you, eBay. I really wanted to hear that noise. That's not turning out too bad at the moment, actually, I have to say. One of the better figures thus far. The jacket is in 3 parts on that figure. It was like the body with the back of the jacket on it. Then you get 2 sections on the front with the lapels on it, which are separate, so you have to put them on separately. I gotta say, they've not gone on too badly at all. That's not too bad. There's some, oh, hold this up a bit. You probably can see that. There's some lines there. You can see that line there. That's going to have to be filled and sorted out. That's not great. But it's one of the better figures. It's one of the better figures. So, that figure, you can see that figure, the guy in the, I suppose he works in a bakery, I suppose, that guy. Him and that guy, we've still to do. So hopefully they'll be a bit better, certainly, than that figure, which was an absolutely dreadful figure. So we'll see in a bit whether we get any joy with them figures. Um, Not a great box from Mini Art, I have to say. Not a great box. Certainly has some issues with it. The face on that gendarme, I've possibly going to end up looking like the Elephant Man, John Merrick. But we'll see, we'll see. So I'm going to start off by trying to get these legs to fit on that Jewish character, Yiddish character. So it's going to involve, I can see this is going to involve a lot of scraping. I was, just before I came on, watching Alex Price's channel. Very nice channel, and done some very nice British airborne, I have to say, some very nice British airborne. But then I would say that because I have a soft spot for British airborne. Hello, number 4. Hope you're all having a good weekend, whatever you're doing. I'm spending it scraping plastic. But I gotta get these figures put together and get some paint on them. It's no good. I got a lot on the bench to do, a heck of a lot on the bench to do, that I want to do. Right, let's try that. Right, oh God, that's going to take a lot of scraping. Gonna have to go down further. It's right on the hips, where you gotta scrape it off. It's a wretched nuisance having to do this, but it's a poor show on Masterbox's part, this figure. It's not a good advert for what you're putting out, your product. Right, let's try that. Ah, now we're getting there. That's starting to go up. So it's all this stuff on the hips. I guess that's what you would call it. I'll tell you what I watched earlier. Tell you what I watched earlier. I was having breakfast. I watched a video on a guy, and he went to a place called Gary, a town called Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana. Gee whiz, I'll tell you something. I never seen anywhere so dilapidated and run down. Absolutely terrible. And you know something? I have this awful feeling that before too long, we're all going to be living in cities like, in towns like that, the way things are going. So if you've got 5 minutes, go on to YouTube and type in Gary, Indiana, and you'll find, I think there's several videos on it, people going around this place. And it's like, well, he termed it post-apocalyptical or something, he called it. And yeah, it does look like that. It does look like that. Yeah. Yeah. Are any of you, let's have a look. Right, see, those comments didn't come up. Cat Roger, finally got you live. I've been busy. What's that? I've been busy granddad stuff. Hobby time now. Yeah, that's not something I'm ever going to be, a granddad. Or a grandmother, come to that. No, just never really, never really been into children like that. Never really been a child person. Um, once I lived next to, once I lived next door to a guy who unfortunately had an unhealthy interest in children, but that's another story. Particularly, unfortunately, particularly boys, unfortunately. See, you don't really want to scrape too much off this if you can help it, because then you start losing stuff like detail and stuff, which is not correct. It's going, it's starting to go, but Christ, I'm going to have to scrape so much plastic off this figure. That's a really, really bad fit. Really, really bad figure. Probably, I have to say, the worst figure I've ever worked on. See, now to get this to fit, I'm scraping through the detail on the legs to get it to fit, which is not good, I see Citadel using this Citadel mold line remover, beautifully made, beautifully tailored thing. Citadel now are making mold line removers that are, totally different to this, and they don't look a patch on this. Well, I got to be honest with you, I've not seen one in my hand, the new Citadel mold line remover, but what I see of them online, I got to be honest with you, they look like a piece of rubbish compared to this. This thing is a great tool, and it's going to last me for as long as I do this hobby. It's fantastic. But you got this particular mold line remover, you got a hell of a job to get these now. Hell of a job to get one of these. You can get them, but they're few and far between. They're thin on the ground, and I would recommend everybody to have one of these mold line removers. They're absolutely great for what they do. Absolutely superb. Don't buy the new one. Try and find yourself one of these. They're great. They're great. A tool to be thoroughly recommended. Does exactly what it says on the tin, as the expression goes. Luckily with this, I suppose you could say that a lot of what I'm doing is actually going to be hopefully hidden by the jacket, which is good. Now, which side do we want to scrape on? I would say that side. Yeah, beautiful weather here in the south. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I might go for a little stroll later. We will see how far I get with these figures. That's if they're not all so bad and I get frustrated and I just down tools. Yeah, now we're getting there. That gap is slowly getting smaller. But yeah, a lot of scraping to do on this figure. Great deal of scraping indeed. Now you expect when you buy boxes of figures, you expect them to just go together. You know? You don't expect to get problems like this. You just naturally think, oh, that's a nice box of figures. I'll take them home and I'll build them. You know, if you've got a figure this bad, how do I expect a young person to build this? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I scrape that flat, I think, just to give that a bit of definition. Right, which side is not allowing me to get up in there? Probably say that side again. So keep at it, folks. We'll keep at it. My word. Never would have thought I would have had to have done all this. But you buy these sort of boxes of figures because you want some civilians, because 135 scale, civilians are not that plentiful, to be honest. They're not that plentiful. So you find these boxes and you say, well, they look quite good. How wrong can you be? You know, I'm having to scrape stuff away here right down to the knee. Get these wretched legs to fit. Now we're getting there. Now we're getting there, but we're still not there. Gee whiz. I wonder, I was watching that film earlier about Gary, Indiana, and I'm thinking, if you got a house in this place and you wanted to sell your house, who the hell's going to buy it? Who the hell's going to want to move to there? Yeah. Post-apocalyptic town, yeah. Gary, Indiana. Go check it out. God's truth. So what is stopping this figure? His legs going there. Must be the front there. I'll have to find a new pair of legs for this figure in a bit. I'll scrape it all into a pile of plastic. Yeah, we're getting there. So it's this front here, isn't it? It's stopping us. God, my word. My word. Right, okay, a bit up here. Good grief, you never would have considered this. I'm going to ask you a question now. I hope some of you, how many's out there? Only 2 of you out there. Well, I hope either of you will answer me. 4, gone up to 4 again. I hope you'll answer me when I ask you this question. Right, it's starting to fit, but yeah, it's not starting to fit. When I ask you this question, I hope somebody will reply. I'm interested to know your thoughts if this has ever happened to you. Have you ever had anybody dislike you for no apparent reason that you can fathom? Have you ever been in that situation? It's a bizarre situation. You ever been in that situation where you have, yes, how did you deal with it? Let me know, how did you deal with it? I'll tell you a little story in a minute. I'll tell you a little story in a minute. I'll get my voice together. I'll have a cup of tea here in a minute. When I was at my local WI, the last meeting that we had, ignored them. Right, okay. I'll tell you a little story. When I was at my WI, the last meeting, at each meeting, this is an AGM, at each meeting we have a guest speaker. Now, the guest speaker this month was a lady that rescues hedgehogs. She gave a very nice talk, very interesting, and all very informative. And she said, you know, she's run solely by donations, and so on and so forth. And, you know, she needs donations and stuff like that. And she showed us some of the stuff that would be ideal to donate, because you've got to be careful what you feed a hedgehog, because it can upset it. You can't just give it like any old thing, you know. I get dislikes all the time. What's up, Ralph? Okay, give me that a minute. I get dislikes all the time. I'm sure half of them they are generated by bots rather than real people. Sometimes the number of dislikes goes down. Must be YouTube. Yeah, it could be, but I agree with what you say about bots and stuff. But this is a real person. So anyway, she showed us stuff that was ideal to donate, and so she says she has a Facebook page, which she truly does have a Facebook page. And it shows you a whole pile of stuff, and it's updated regularly. This is the latest admission and all this business. and she has a wish list of things that she needs, an Amazon wish list, and you can click on that and you see all the things she would like to help the hedgehogs on the way, which is a very worthy cause, a very noble cause. I thought so. I go and sort of wipe out 2/3 of the Amazon wish list, stuff she wanted. I get. It's still here now, actually. Um, she knows I have this stuff. Will she deal with me, or will she hell us like? Can I get an? It's like trying to get an audience with Pope Francis. I don't know what her issue is, but she will not deal with me. And you message her. She's here in my home village. You message her. You either get an excuse, or she just doesn't sort of say anything. What her issue is, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. 5 and 6. Hello. Good morning. I couldn't tell you what her issue is. Does she just not like me? Does she not like transgender people? Or what? I honestly don't know. Now, if you're running a concern, whatever that concern is, and you're running it solely on donations, you would want to get all the donations you could get, wouldn't you not? Would you not? But she will not deal with me, no way. And this has been going on sort of since the start of the month, and this stuff is in a plastic container right next beside me, this stuff. Will she deal with me? Will she hell us like? Now, I don't know what her issue is, but it's going to reach a point where I'm going to have to say something. What is your problem here? It's a very, very bizarre thing. A very bizarre thing. I don't know. I don't know. It's a shame because you see, you're if you just generally don't like me for whatever bizarre reason, or you don't like transgender people or whatever, or you're prejudiced or whatever, you shouldn't bring that into the equation because you by being like that, you're denying the hedgehogs the food and medical aid that they need, that you're trying to get for them, simply because you got some kind of weird grievance or something. Those hedgehogs are now going to dip out. So I don't understand. I don't understand at all. Um, the old saying, "Mine is not the question, just a reason why." I can't work it out. I'm sure they can. If I'd have said something unpleasant to the woman or misbehaved or whatever, you could understand it. You could say, "Oh, serves you right. You said so and so, and now she doesn't want to know you. Serves you right." But I've not done anything like that. And I can't work it out. I can't work it out. I mean, what the hell am I going to do with the 8 kilos of hedgehog food? I truly don't know. I truly don't know. It's very strange the way people can be. I'm at a loss to say what our problem is. No, I scratch my head on this one. Well, you can see that. That's getting close to fitting now. I don't know why there's a little gap there. I can't see what bit is not fitting. Is it on the back here? I don't want to scrape too much away. No, it's a very bizarre thing, and let's be honest with you, I don't like people throwing my generosity back in my face. See, and the trouble is with this figure, you can see there's a small gap there where the legs are going, but you can't see, because of the jacket, you can't see exactly why there's that little gap there. What's stopping this from fitting flush? You know? Do I have to pull the legs forward a bit? I don't know. Sometimes I guess you just get things in life that you don't understand, like that woman you don't understand, you know? I mean, I remember when I was at school, I had a metalwork teacher at school. He hated my guts. He hated my guts. And every lesson, regular each week, he would pick on me for some reason. Don't ask me why, he just would. What his issue was, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I had a friend in school, and the geography teacher hated him for some reason. Why? He was a perfectly nice kid, perfectly nice guy. I liked him very much. He was a nice kid. But that geography teacher hated him something rotten. I don't know why people are like that. I never worked that out. Such is life, I guess. Such is life. That's it's a strange world, inhabited by some strange people. Right, so what is stopping this? Going flush with that. I don't understand. I don't understand. It's much better than it was, I have to say, but it's not right. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? If only I knew. Well, that's pretty good, but I'm having to twist the thing round. Where's the box here a minute? No, he's straight on. I'm sort of having to twist the thing around a bit to get it to fit, which I don't like. I don't like that. No, I just... So if I trim that, excuse me for being in a little world of my own at the second. If I trim that, right, so it's got to be trimmed there then, isn't it? Okay. Because I don't want it twisted. I don't want the figure twisted at the waist, which is not great. I don't want him twisted at the waist. Right, now we're going. Now we're getting there. It's gotta be trimmed this side. God, I can't believe I had to trim so much off this figure. Yeah, I can't believe I've had to trim so much off this figure. Still not Still not a great figure. Still probably going to have to do some filling on it. Right, let's get a bit down here. Anybody got any plans for this weekend? Most of the time it's jealousy. Best way to deal with them people is to ignore them. Yeah, you're probably right. And I'm coming to that conclusion, to be honest with you. I am coming to that conclusion that I'm going to have to just forget this one. But the thing is, I have always when you're trying to talk, isn't it? Trouble is, oh, shut up. Silence. Right. The trouble is, live chat. Oh, this is visible. The trouble is, I have this box of stuff here now. So what am I going to do with this box of stuff? And there's quite a lot of stuff in this box. So yeah. Well, that's a pretty good fit now, I have to say. That's a pretty good fit now. But boy, I had to scrape a lot of stuff off of that. That was a hard effort. I think we'll stick at that. So let's get some glue on this guy. Yes, I have a hole. Just picked up. What have you just picked up? Just picked up Tamiya Panther Alf D. Nice kit. I've got a Panther here by Tamiya. I haven't put it together yet. It's on my to-do list, but probably way down the pecking order. Simply because I have so much stuff in the stash pile. I mean, my stash pile is like Vesuvius, honestly. It's ridiculous to have so much stuff in one stash pile. Why do we do it? You got the Panther Alf A. I'm not sure which one it is exactly, but I do have a Panther here, I know for sure. I'm now looking through the door into the bedroom. I can't see it from here, but it's there, I'm sure. A large collection of tanks and stuff. I can see Japanese tanks there. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly which one it is. I know I have a sugar. Tamiya Panther. Oh, fibro in the neck, folks. But I know I have a Panther here by Tamiya. It could well be that one. That's a lot better. Let's hide that a minute. So a little bit of filler is going to have to be put in the front, a little bit of green stuff or something. But at least the legs fit now. God, my God, that was a effort and a half to do that. Shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be like that. Right, let's have a go at this figure here. Let's have a go at that figure there. Stick the other arm on him. If it fits. Yes, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Yeah, I never believed that woman would have behaved the way she has. She looks so genuine and sort of straight and above board. But obviously she's got so many donations she doesn't need mine. Let's get that to fit just nicely on that. Come on. It's going to be a little bit of green stuff needed around the arms on these things. What's that? Tabletop Generals Premiere. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. What was that? What was that? Give me that, chat. It's an old kit from 1969, but good for its age. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, some of these old kits stand up over a period of time very well. They're very good. Oldies but goodies. There you go. Oldies but goodies. Get a bit of this extra thin on it. Just gloop that into the seam there. Jesus, that smells. Should be wearing my face mask. Yeah, that's not too bad. Now it has two arms. I think that'll paint up very well, that particular figure. I think that'll look quite agreeable. Most of that seam in the front of his jacket there is handy, is covered by his arm. So that's not so bad. So we'll put him there, let that arm dry. Let's go back to this Jewish figure, see if we can put some arms on this Jewish figure. Where's the box? Right, walking stick in one arm and whatever that is in the other arm. Right, okay, let's have a look here. How are your arms going to fit? Oh, that's not too bad. Sorry you can't see that. Yeah, that's not too bad. Come to the conclusion, using this, Revell Contactor Professional, quite good glue actually. Oh shit, I've glued the wrong arm. Glued the wrong side. Not to worry, Karen. Not to worry. We'll glue the other arm on then. So be it. As luck would have it, the stick reaches the ground, which is what you want. A walking stick, yeah, that's not too bad. That's pretty good. So we'll let that dry a minute, then we'll put the other arm in. Right, that figure's finished. Right, what else we got here? Let's have a look. That guy with the rake. Let's have a look at that guy with the rake. There's the handle for the rake. There's the head of the rake. There's the head of the rake. My light on here. Yeah, I've got all the lights on here, and it's just the way it is, darkish. Let's have a crack at the legs here. Yeah, they fit quite well. They fit quite well. Sugar. My fingers are not great these days. My fingers are not. Fingers are not great. Tissue. We got a tissue here. We should have a tissue here. I don't want too much glue on that. The obligatory seagulls in the background. Right, well that's a pretty good fit. So we'll leave that to set a minute before we tackle any more of that figure. Right, what else we got here? I think what I'll do is do all the grey figures first, because I've got another box of the airborne medics, and they're done in yellow plastic, German dark yellow plastic. These are the figures I'm going to modify, so we'll leave them till last. This figure is, this figure's got a hat on it, a pork pie hat on it. Must be that figure. Yes, must be that figure. God, this is, oh God, this is fiddly. Christ. Yeah. So as you can see, there's the figure. The way you can see that, trying to get you in the light so you can see that. There. Haha, that's gone on the floor. There it is. My khaki fingers. There you can see the figure with the back of the jacket. This is what I was explaining to you with the other figure. There's the piece of the front of the jacket with the lapel on it, which you have to glue on separately. which is a bit sort of fiddly. What I'll do a minute is I'll glue the legs together. Just check them out. Yeah, not bad. God, my fingers are really struggling this morning. My fingers are not good. But I tell you something, folks, I will pursue this hobby for as long as possible. Tissue, tissue, tissue. I will pursue this hobby for as long as possible and get as much of this stuff done as possible. Because it's just a great hobby and I love it. Well, the legs went together nicely. That's good. Right, let's try and get some lapels on this jacket. I think for this, God, my fingers don't want to deal with these. Oh, that's quite a nice fit. I think for these, let's have a go with some of this. Might be a bit thick, this. Right, let's have a look under here. Let's have a look under here. Anybody want any hedgehog food? Right. There's the first. There we can see that first lapel on the jacket. So I've got to leave that dry now. Put that there, along with his legs, and the other lapel, head, 2 arms and hat. So that's that fella on the go. So we'll leave that dry. Right, let's go back to our guy with the walking stick here. And let's put on the other arm. Yeah, let me know if you want any hedgehog food. I'll tell you one thing. I am looking forward to painting these figures because the civilians are going to be a nice change from military stuff. Oops, sugar. Now with, I don't know if you can see that very well, yeah, now with both arms. You can see, just see that in the light. Let's get some better lighting set up here for doing this. Right, and I think we can add the head to this figure. let's get a bit of glue on that. What I tend to like to do with these is put some glue where it's needed, then dab off the excess. That's what I like to do. Right, I think what I'm going to do, sorry you can't see it very well, that figure. No. Should be lit from the front, shouldn't he, really? So there you go, there you can see him. Quite a nice figure, actually, now he's put together. What I'm going to do, because there's still a little tiny gap between his legs and his torso, what I'm going to do is get some extra thin glue in a bit, and I'll run that down in the gap, try and fill it up with glue before I put a bit of filler over it. But that's not a bad figure, actually. So I'll put him in his short cup, and we'll put him aside to dry out a bit. Right, what are we looking at here? Guy with the rake. Right, okay, guy with the rake. Okay, so that's getting on quite quickly now. How long have we been here for? Oh, an hour and 7 minutes. Okay. Right, let's get this centered up. Let's get him centered up. That's pretty good, I think. Yeah, I'll settle for that. There you go. I only eat fox food. Right, what was that comment with the civilian figures? Good thing with civilian figures, you can paint their clothes basically any colour. Yeah, you're right. That's very true. This guy with the rake here, as you see him a bit better, he's got a pattern on his jersey there. So I don't know whether I'll try and recreate that or just paint it a plain jersey. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But that's the, get rid of that. That's the torso added. So let that dry out. Right, let's get back to our guy with the missing lapels on his jacket. Midlander Gaming. Warlord gains victory at sea. Battle reports. God, I'm struggling with this. My fingers do not want to do this morning. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to find somebody to build these figures for me so that I can just paint them. Because my fingers do not want to do this. I find now also I have difficulty with packets that you have to do that with, like potato crisps. Not that I eat potato crisps. Did you manage to make your barbed wire yet? No, I haven't. I gotta confess, I haven't. Because I've been so into doing these figures and scraping the mold off, because there you go, because the mold lines and stuff and the flash and stuff, that took me about 2.5 days to do all these figures to get them satisfactory. That was a lot of scraping, a lot of work, so I've been doing that. Then I've started putting them together. So no, I haven't done the barbed wire yet. I've got wire here somewhere. To do it, as you see, to have a go at it. I think that's from a transistor radio or something, that coil of wire. If you're chucking out whole radios and stuff like that, pull the thing apart before you do and get the transformer out of it, because there's copper wire in there that you can use for all sorts of things. Saves you buying it. Right, there's the other lapel on the jacket. So he's now got 2 lapels on his jacket. That's good. So we'll let that dry. Right, what are we doing now? Okay, we'll go back to that guy. Get his head put on, I think. Let's get his head put on. But I will have a go at making barbed wire for sure, because it saves buying it. That's the thing. And it's not a difficult thing to do, actually. It's quite a straightforward thing to do, making barbed wire, once you've got that idea of it. And I want to get it done and sorted, so I can wire up these barricades. I've still got to put some filler around them to cover up the glue and stuff. I've still got to do that. There's lots to do on my workbench, for sure, for sure. Right, so which way does this hat go? Oh, that's the front. That's the front. Right, let's get a bit of glue on his head there a minute. Don't put too much on him, Karen. Don't put too much on him. There you go. Right, let's get this. Beret stuck on. If it will stick. Right, okay. Not ideal. But it's on. Yeah, so quite a bit of filling to do to this character. But so I can show you him. So you get a bit of yeah, there you go, on a black background. Yeah, not a bad figure. just a lot of work now to fill around the arms and around the beret and stuff. It's I'll let that guy dry a minute. Just more work than you could actually do with. But that's all part of the hobby, I guess. Right, so look at this guy. Ah, that guy there, I have to say, the fit of the legs and the torso, absolutely exact. Absolutely exact. You couldn't wish for a better fit. I can't believe how good that fits, having seen some of the other figures. Marvellous. So we can just get straight on and glue body to legs. Right, let's just hold that there with a bit of pressure a minute. That's an amazing fit, given the track record of that box, which is not good. That's an amazing fit. Yeah, that's, if the arms fit as good as that, it's going to make a nice figure indeed. Yeah, there you go. Perfect fit, no scraping, no cutting, no nothing, which is the way they should be. They should just go together. So hold that with a bit more pressure a minute. That's going to make a nice figure indeed. So we'll put that back in the shot cup and let that dry out a minute. Right, what do we got here? Guy with a rake, guy with a rake. Right, okay. Pain in my back now. Right, so that's going to have to go like that, which is different from the box. But that's the only way it can fit. Okay, if that's the only way it fits. Yeah, looking forward greatly to painting these. As you say, civilians, you can use whatever colours you fancy. Whatever takes your choice. I gotta say, that's a lovely fit on that arm. That's a really nice fit indeed. A little bit of filler needed, but I can't really argue with that. We'll leave that arm dry a minute. Right, that guy's done. That Yiddish guy is done. That guy's drying. That's drying. Okay, well, let's get something else here. What's this? Okay. This is an airborne figure. This is an airborne figure, isn't it? This must be one of the guys. Kneeling down or sitting down. Right. Okay. Right, that's going to be interesting. Just to show you what we are doing. Looks like that guy there we're doing. Yeah, I quite like this glue from Revell. Quite nice glue. Sorry if I go quiet on you occasionally. I gotta concentrate on what I'm doing. Or is it that guy? It could be that guy, looking at the legs now. Yeah, I think it's more that guy than that guy I'm doing. Anyhow, no matter, as long as he gets done. Yeah, well that works very well. That works very well, I gotta say. So where's the shot cup? Put these bits back in the shot cup. And we'll let this guy, or at least let his legs dry. Oh, that's my Jewish character falling over. That's why he's got a stick, I suppose. Right, what else we got here? Ah, okay. Little girl, one of the children here. See little spindly legs for a little girl. So we'll have a crack at her. Let's have a crack at her. Anybody got anything nice for lunch? What are you having for lunch? I haven't decided what I'm having yet. I haven't thought about it. Are you fancying anything particular for lunch? I don't know what I'm going to have. I haven't thought about it yet, really. Ham, perhaps? Right, there you are. Damn. There you are. That's the kid's legs put together. See if we can get the dress put together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 7 pieces to this kit. She's handy. I guess that must be the front then. Okay. Right, okie dokie. Well, I gotta say, thank you for sticking with me, those of you that have stuck with me. Where's my bit of tissue here? Thank you for sticking with me. I'm not quite ready to finish yet. But it's been a pleasure, I would say it's been a pleasure as always. It's always a pleasure to come on here Saturdays. Right, there's the skirt put together of the little girl. Head looks quite good. Suppose we could put the head on the torso, couldn't we? Um, that's actually not a great fit. Not a wonderful fit at all, actually. But so be it. So be it. Yes, thank you for sticking with it. My tissue, where's my tissue? Come on. Come on. I think I should have possibly pinned this head on. Yeah, I'm not in favour of gluing this really. I don't feel confident with this head that it's going to stick. No, no, don't like that. What I'm going to have to do with that is pin it. So that's a job for later off camera. So I'm going to have to pin that. Right, the legs fit quite well to the dress. Bit of a lanky girl by looking at it. I assume that's the right way, or it may not be. That might be the right way, mightn't it? Yes, I think that's the right way. Well, you can see that or not. You can see that or not. Yeah, there you go. Legs in this dress. That doesn't look too bad, actually. Right, let's put a bit of glue around that. Oop, 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 oop. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, coming on nicely. So what I got to do now, or later off camera, is drill that neck out, pin that girl's head on. I think that's the only way with that figure. It's just to pin the head on. I think that's what we're going to have to do. But that's no problem. That's no problem. Right. let's have a look at this guy. Let's have a look at our Mr. Smoker there. Mr. Smoker, let's have a look at him. So I see somebody. Fox's Glacier Mints. Yeah. I wonder if they make anything hedgehog-wise. Hedgehog Glacier Mints. Apparently it's supposed to taste like pork, hedgehog. Whether that's right or not, I don't know. Apparently you bake them in clay, and then when you pull the clay apart, all the spines come off the thing. Apparently they taste like pork, so I'm told. But having never tried that, I wouldn't know. Although I've eaten a heck of a lot of stuff, I gotta tell you. Yeah, it was quite nice. That I quite enjoyed. I had one Christmas actually, and that was ostrich. That was quite nice. Very sweet meat, ostrich. Yeah, to be recommended. I have to say, yeah, very nice. Kangaroo, that's quite good. That was a bit of that. Squirrel is quite, can be quite tangy, squirrel, if they've been eating a lot of tree bark and stuff. And you get the tannin from the tree bark and it sort of seeps into the meat. And they can be quite tangy. But they're okay. Squirrels are okay. Rabbit's nice. Pheasant, duck, partridge, all these things. Blackbird's not bad. Blackbird's quite good. Interesting meat on blackbird is like liver on the chest. It's very much like liver, but on the back it's like white meat. It's like chicken. It's quite good. That would be like eating dinosaur, ostrich. That's an interesting, you mentioned dinosaurs. I got a lot here to build. Tamaya did a good range of dinosaurs. I thought that had quite good gaming possibilities. Neolithics against dinosaurs. So I got a lot of Tamaya dinosaurs here. But how do we know what color they were? How do you work out the color of a dinosaur? Because all you tend to dig up is bones. So how do you know what the color of a dinosaur is? It's all very. I think all these documentaries and stuff. I think it's all very subjective, isn't it? Colors of dinosaurs and pterodactyls and all this stuff. I think a lot of it they're I think a lot of it they're guessing, aren't they? I think they're guessing a lot of it. I mean, it's all interesting stuff, David Attenborough and stuff. all interesting stuff, but it's very subjective and very, um, I'm sure there's a lot of guesswork in it. Starting to look good, starting to look good. I put the head on before I put the other arm on, because the other arms, as you can um, see from the box, he's smoking a cigarette. So I want to get the arm up to the face, in the right position. So put the head on first. And it's just the hat for that guy um, and the other arm. So that's that guy. Little girl, we've got to drill out her neck before we can proceed. Let's have a look at this guy with the rake again. Right, his other arm is in two pieces. Where's the box? Oh, blimey. Oh, blimey. The heart is very bad. Oh, my golly gosh, yes. Heart is very bad. Oh, my gosh. Now, I'm going to have to work out the angle of this, aren't I? So the first thing I think I've got to do, really, with this character, is fit the handle of the rake to him. Right, going to have to close up the fingers on this figure. That's a job I'm going to have to do off camera. Okay, what we got here? 1:37. I'll give it 10 minutes. And I'm going to go and have luncheon. Let's have a look at our kneeling airborne figure here. How's he going? God, my fingers do not want to go at all. Well, I mean, get this out of the way a minute. Put this back up. It's that guy we're doing, that guy there. This body is an absolute ridiculous fit to those legs. I've never seen such a ridiculous fit. See what I mean? See what I mean? Right. Right. I'm going to quit. My fingers do not want to go. It's a very strange feeling. It's a very strange feeling, almost like I'm losing the use of my hands. It's very bizarre. Very bizarre. I wonder, some days I've been told I have ME. I wonder some days whether it's not ME, it's MS. Anyhow, I hope you all have a nice weekend. I hope you all enjoy what you're doing. I'm going to go and have luncheon now and sit down and take it easy for a little bit. Um, Probably the next time I see you will probably be on the 1st of the month, because it's almost June. Hopefully we will have all these figures done and filled up, and whatever they need doing to them will all be done to them. And I'll give you my complete thoughts on these figures, these boxes. And we'll do the giveaway as well, the 1st of the month, because the giveaway prizes here, like I said to you the other day in the last video, very, very good giveaway prize this month. I mean, let's turn this round. That's better. A very nice giveaway prize this month. No good for me whatsoever, totally no good for me. You'll see why when I... Thank you, Cat Roger. Yeah, totally not good for me, but you'll see why when you see the video, because I won't get a game away now. What was that comment? And I thought all of AWI was fitted to put together. Karen, I wouldn't attempt those to Faffy. I would glue my fingers together. They are fiddly, some of these are fiddly, and when you've got dubious fingers, and I do sort of realise that's what I'm trying to do, as many as I can do now, because I do realise there's going to come a point where I'm just not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to do this because my fingers just will not have it. It's crap. Yeah, it's crap. I no longer play the guitar now. That's kaput because my fingers won't do it. It's very saddening, actually. It's very saddening. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Without your hands, you're pretty knackered and you're pretty stuffed, aren't you? Trying to open packets and stuff. I don't know. So if I can't do this, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Sit and look at four walls? I like to listen to the shortwave. That keeps my mind going. Unfortunately, I'm going deaf. Yeah. So anyhow, it's been negative. Anyhow, I hope you all have a nice weekend. I hope you all enjoy what you're building, making, putting together. Thanks for everybody that's hung around. I know more people watch this on the rerun than live because people do their own thing, Saturdays, weekends. That's fine. I don't mind. I just enjoy doing it. I just enjoy chatting away to people. It's great fun, great community, great bunch of people, great spirit, lovely community to be part of. Yeah, so we're probably going to go and have lunch. Was that a clock going to chime? No. Going to go and have lunch now, find something in the cupboard, if I can open the tin. See you for the giveaway on the 1st. Good giveaway. See you for the giveaway. Thank you, everyone.